Something beautiful and unexpected happened during the pandemic. I was gifted with 18 days of time alone, except for my brown and white terrier who was by my side. My son Max was at college, safely tucked away in a house with friends, enjoying life. My husband Lawrence and daughter Jasmine were on an adventure in London. 14 days of quarantine in an Airbnb together before Jasmine could move into her flat in time to begin grad school. Initially, I was brave, but then I became afraid of being alone and lonely without my husband, friend, and constant companion by my side. But then I remembered I have the power within myself to be happy or sad, scared or not. I decided to view our time apart as an opportunity to take the time to do things that would bring me joy. Those things that I didn't do because I never had the time, or really never made the time to do. In between and around working, taking care of Jasmine and Max, cooking, being with Lawrence. When I turned the long absence into an opportunity, time became my guilty pleasure. I had a room of my own, as Virginia Woolf phrased it, a time and a place of few intrusions and pulls on my being. I had the freedom to do what I wanted to do. It was absolutely amazing. I began to craft a short story, weaving in voodoo and love. I researched operas upon which to base a story. I listened to Mozart's Marriage of Figaro. I cooked Ethiopian, Mexican, and Korean-inspired vegan meals. I listened to a book on Audible by an indigenous writer about a murdered sacred elk. I opened the package of oil paints my kids gave me last Christmas that had been tantalizing and intimidating me on my dining room table for months. I put newspaper on the kitchen table. I laid out my palette, some paint thinner in a glass bowl, a pencil, a medium-sized canvas. I squeezed bright yellow, chemical-smelling paint into the groove of the palette, blood red into another, and a bit of navy blue in yet another. I drew a big heart on the canvas with the pencil, with rays shooting out like rays from the sun. I started to paint. I mixed the paints and applied thick and thin strokes onto the canvas. The heart came alive with color. I felt alive. I practiced life coaching, letting my critical thinking brain fall by the wayside, allowing my empathetic and curious mind to take over. I created another oil painting, this time working in tans, browns, and plums. Was she me with the mocha brown face, wiry black hair, and plum-colored blouse? Maybe. I danced to an online Fits in the Tantrums concert, live from Red Rocks. I learned about meditation from the live discussion with Deepak Chopra. Did I miss my family? Of course I did. I spoke with them almost every day. This is the most delicious thing I learned from my time alone. During a pandemic, when only my brown and white terrier was by my side, Max was at college, and Lawrence and Jasmine were on an adventure in London. That where my happiness may be hiding is in the special time I set aside for myself doing activities that bring me joy.